So today's video is a little different. I'm on my bed and not on my desk. Uh, but that's about it today. Just wanted to put that out. But so today's topic, we're reflecting on communication and how it's changed over time. So, and I interviewed my dad about how communication and technology and overall how we interacted as human beings in his day of age, which my dad, he grew up in the 2000s when he came to the United States, um, and he didn't really grow up with a lot of technology from he was from. So realistically, he kind of wasn't really around a lot of that stuff. So I thought that's like I mentioned in the interview before. Uh, that's why I thought he was a good pick because he had such a little interaction with it. It's almost like as if he was never with it at all. But we talked in the house. It was recorded, but it was spoken in Spanish because my dad doesn't speak English. Um, but one thing that I learned about communication is that it was a lot more slower. It's a lot more personal. Um, and that my dad, he didn't really have a lot of like phone calls and stuff like that. If he wanted to talk to somebody, he had to go to their house, or like I said, they also had an interview. Uh, Not interview, sorry. They had to go to a farmer's market every week on a Sunday, after church, where they would see pretty much the whole community at one place, trying to trade, buy and sell other things with each other. It wasn't until my dad came to the United States, it wasn't he was really introduced to technology, and over time he said that the instant messaging, the instant phone calls from across the world, and different ways of translating uh, apps, and also how you can send money now towards a family member across the world is so much helpful. And but he said that people used to be more patient and more respectful from the time he was around in the 2090s, and now people are less impatient, less respectful, and sometimes I feel like people have that disconnect. He told me about reality and also just overall hard work, because my dad is a very much a hardworking man. Um, he's always worked your typical blue collar jobs. Worked long shifts, but at the end of the day, he understands that that's the society we live in now. It's growing, it's developing, it's increasing in conveniences and technology wise, and how we communicate with each other and bringing out culture. But I noticed that, speaking of culture and language barriers, is um, such a controversial thing nowadays, and it's unfortunate that we live in a society now where being different and having a different language in your tongues is considered as unfair or unfit to be around people like that. And highlighting that context is in the styles of communication is really really important to me, because like I said, we live in a world that we have to live with that constant um, authority of having to meet requirements of standards in a certain place that we live in. um, But overall, I wonder how can people balance the efficiency in terms of um, language barriers, but also maintaining respectful and meaningful conversations within each other. Because, like I said, so much things can be misinterpreted and also misaligned in terms of how things can be understood.